I said, which one would you say, well, this is the one I drive all the time. And he said, but this one is newer. And I said, well, I don't know what to choose, Michael. You choose it for me. He said, well, Tito, to be honest, I would take this one. You take this one, the one I drive, because everyone who rode in this vehicle have signed the ceiling, and on the ceiling was Beyonce, Magic Johnson, Liza Minnelli. I'm sorry, David.
He would have to mention that name.
But everyone that was a friend of his had rode in his vehicle. I have a vehicle now that I cherish, that my brother gave me, and has all these beautiful signatures on the roof of the vehicle, including his own. And that was my fondest memory.
And this has been an emotional night. I can see you've been crying, and you look so stunningly beautiful. Doesn't she, everybody? Let me hear, what was your fondest memory?
There's so many. I'm thinking in terms of many years ago, Michael, whenever he engaged on a project, he always would give it the utmost attention. And I'm thinking about this one time when he had this very special project, and he kept it a secret, but it was for the entire family. And what he proceeded to do was to collect as many pictures as he could of the family growing up. And he put them all together in a collage, and he had them framed, professionally done. He wrote inscriptions underneath them about what he expected in the future and how important family was. But what he did was open up a gallery, and he put it in the house over the garage, very professionally done. And then he had the entire family to come over, and he surprised us with us looking at that. And we saw ourselves from little tots all the way up to adults, and that was so precious to him. And it was such a beautiful gift, and I always think about that.
That's fantastic. You know, people ask me, you know, what do you remember about Michael? And one of the things is his laugh. Because the Jacksons all laugh like this. They do. They all have that. They all have that laugh, and it was infectious. And Michael used to love to play practical jokes. And I remember one time I was gone to get some food because he was staying over my house in Doheny. His brother Jackie lived in the building, and John Travolta lived in the building. Very happening building in the early 70s. And he took this crazy glue, and I sat down to eat the meal that I brought back, which was KFC, which he said was organic. Which he said, if you take off the skin, it's organic. But then he didn't take off the skin, so how organic could it have been? And I sat down, and I was attached to this chair until I had to take off my jeans, walk around in my boxer shorts, and try to chase him for doing that to me. And he just always liked to have fun. And people said, what was it like? A lot of the fans wrote in to produce the 30th anniversary celebration, his last concert, which we owned. We were partners in a business called World Events LLC. And it was incredible to reunite the Jackson